Good morning, or afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is. Morning here. It's 8:24. I'm heading out to go pick up my husband. He's dropping off the RV for some more work, which I think that's the last time I did a travel time chit chat. It's the RV needed work. So what are we getting done? We're getting our roof sealed. We're all done camping for this year. So we're getting ready to put it into our winter storage, which really is just our backyard this year. And last year we put it into an actual building, and this year we were gonna have the Amish build a cover for it, and they blew us off. Yeah, in July, my husband drove over to check in with them to find out what time they were coming and all that kind of stuff, and they're like, well, we decided we didn't want to do that job. They're really busy. I'm like, well, you know, that's the problem when you're dealing with Amish, is that they don't have, they can't pick up the phone and call you, they can't text you, they can't send you an email. They do things, everything is through snail mail, but even then, why didn't they snail mail us something to let us know? Or they can come over. I mean, that's happened from time to time, they'll stop by, but the problem is the guy who was going to be building it is quite a distance from us, so for him to come all the way over and then have us not be home, which has happened before, so that's not really good for them. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys and just catch up and just let you know what's been going on and how things are going. My last travel time chit chat, I think it was my last one, my daughter went to listen to it and she said, the background noise is so loud. And you know what it is? It's my winter tires. We didn't take them off this year, so I've been driving on them all summer because we were going to be getting rid of the car and we don't have another set of tires. So we were going to get rid of the car and they were going to go with it. But then I decided to go ahead and buy out my lease thanks to my winnings at the casino. So I paid off my lease, $27,000, and the car is now mine, paid in cash. But I got to get tires. But then as we were like, okay, well now I need to go get tires, but do I want to put them on for just a couple months? And we decided just to stick with the winter tires through winter, and then I'll change them next spring. So I'm apologizing for the background noise if you guys can hear that, because she could really hear it. I can hear it as the passenger, or as the driver. I can hear it here. It's just so noisy. I'm just looking forward to a nice quiet ride again with new tires. So I've been kind of holding off on doing travel time chit chats because of that. But you guys have been listening to it for almost a year now like that, so I guess it can't be that bad. If it is, I apologize. All right, so what's going on with me? So like I said, we're all done RVing. We just got back from the Hershey RV show where we actually drove down in the Jeep, which the Jeep had issues. We did the RV show and then we went to hit some off-road trails at a place called AOAA in Pennsylvania. And my husband went to put the Jeep in after we'd paid $50 to go into the park, and our friends paid $50 to go into the park. He put it into four-wheel drive and it made this click, click, click sound. And if you follow me on my Living the Better Way Instagram and TikTok, you would have heard that because I posted it on those. Hold on, I gotta turn down my temperature. My husband had the heat on in here. Ooh, it's warm. So I posted on there to see, because we're trying to narrow down what the noise was being caused from. We actually did go on the trails for a couple hours, but we could only keep it in two-wheel drive. And for those that are in the Jeep community, you know, when you're hitting trails, you're there to hit the trails. So that was kind of disappointing. It was pretty much, I did some video, didn't get as much footage as I was hoping to, because I usually only do video of the hard stuff where we're having to put it in four-wheel drive and may have to pull out the winch and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to call it Sunday driving on a Saturday, and it's just back roads on AOAA, which was still really nice, but you know, not for $50. So we ended up getting off the trail, and my husband wanted to just kind of check out what was going on again on a flat surface. went back out into the parking lot, drove around, and that's when they decided it was the CV joint on the drive shaft. I think that's what it's called. And it was nice. Some guy came over and was helping to troubleshoot what was going on, and he really was like, you should really take your drive shaft. I think it's the drive shaft. He's like, you should really take it off, because if it breaks completely, like on your way home on the interstate, because it was like an 8-hour drive home, he goes, you know, you could do more damage underneath if it hits the ground and bounces up. I mean, obviously it could hurt the vehicle behind you. So we really debated on whether to do that, and then we decided not to do it because we just felt like it had just started and it really wasn't that worn. My husband wasn't convinced it was the whole drive shaft, it was just that joint. So we ended up taking chances, but we took back roads home all the way. So it took us a lot longer to get home because we did not go the interstate, and that way we could control our driving speeds, and if there was an issue, it'd be easier to pull over and all that kind of stuff. So now that we're home, that was our last trip of the year, and I am full force into reselling. I spent all day yesterday in my office trying to clean it up because I have been sourcing all summer long. I started off really good in May and June listing as I was sourcing, and then July just got away from me and things haven't been getting listed. We've just been so busy. So I've got such a death pile right now that is unbelievable, uncontrollable, taking up my space. I couldn't even walk through my area. Is like so tiny. Excuse me for the cough. Man, as you all know, I don't like editing my videos. I'm hoping I'll probably just leave it in. But, and I say that every time, don't I? So I ended up, well, I'm going to have a WhatNot today. And today is Tuesday, September 20th. And I'm having a WhatNot. It was originally scheduled for 11, and we pushed it to 1. Last time I did 11 to 5. 11 to 5. That was a really long 6-hour WhatNot show. Didn't get a chance to eat or drink because I didn't want to have to worry about going to the restroom during my show. Today we decided to do 1 o'clock so we could at least eat a brunch or lunch or something, because I went all day without eating because I hadn't even eaten breakfast that day. So I'm hoping that we can do a better job today with keeping control of the time and fluids. I sat that whole time, and Tony was getting the totes for me, and we're gonna do that same type of thing today, but that means I sat for 6 hours without even getting up, and I didn't even realize the time went by so fast. I debated on doing WhatNot again because I really feel like you don't get it's not that I feel like it, I know you don't get the dollar amount that you do on eBay or Etsy or Poshmark or Mercari or wherever you sell, Amazon. Like, I get a better dollar amount from those places than I do on WhatNot. But WhatNot worked out really well for me last time, just clearing out some stuff. So what I've done is printed off a list, and it's my inventory list, and it shows my cost of goods on my inventory list. And I'm able to, before I run the item, so what I've been doing is trying to pull out, I have 180 totes of stuff that is currently listed on eBay. So what I've been doing is pulling down a tote, showing everything in the tote, and if anybody who is interested in anything, I will tell them what the starting is at, and then I will run it and they can buy it. So every now and then, a lot of things I already know what the starting is going to be because I already know what I paid, but every now and then there's something where I'm like, okay, I got to just double check, and I'll look at my sheet, I'll see I paid $5 for it, and I'll run it for 10. And even though I might be able to sell it for 30 on eBay, if it's been listed for a year and it hasn't sold, I'm going to sell it for 10. Get it out of there. That's my goal. My goal is to wean out some stuff that's been sitting around. And the thing is, I could probably drop it to $10 on eBay and sell it, but why not do WhatNot? It's just quicker. I've run some of my old inventory on eBay. I've run 50% off and it hasn't sold. So at this point, it's just, okay, go for it. I did notice last time when people receive their items. If they go in and rate you, or I don't know, like 3 days goes by, similar to like Macari and Poshmark, then you'll automatically get rated or whatever it's called, and then you'll get paid out. And when that happens, they tell you how much you made on each item. So if I sold something, and I don't even want to use an example because my numbers will be way off. But if I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted because I'm going through a school zone right now. So apologize for the delay. I just want to be safe right now. Driving through here, and sometimes multitasking with talking and driving can be a challenge. Okay, so one of the things that I've noticed is, obviously if you sell something for like $1, depending on what their sales tax rate is and stuff like that, I usually make like 47 cents or something. So if I sell something and when I get the payout, there was a few things I was just like, wow, I didn't realize the hit I had taken on that item, the loss. So I'm going to be a little more, probably like I don't know, stern on my starting prices this time. Like I rarely was starting anything at $1, but you know, though I was selling things for $3, and I think today I'm going to be a little more like, especially if it's a new with tag item as we're going into Q4. I know those things just will have a higher probability of selling, so I'm gonna just kind of be a little more, you know, with those items. And I did tell my husband, as I've been listing things, I've been putting them in totes A through Z. Those are the totes we did last time. Today we're gonna do AA to ZZ, or we probably won't even make it all the way to ZZ, because I told him we're not gonna do a set number of totes, we're just gonna do a set time. And if I do, I don't want to pull out anything that I just listed and show it. I want to give it time to sell on eBay first. I know there was a lot of people doing Christmas shopping with me on my last one, or at least that's what they were saying, because I was selling some new with tag items, and they were some pretty good deals. And again, they were items that had been listed for a little while, so I was okay with taking, I wouldn't even, well, some of them were a loss, but most of it was, you know, I at least broke even. And I was okay with even breaking even, because if it's been listed for a year, if I can at least get my money back and move the inventory so I have more space, because that's one of my problems right now. Like, I've got an enormous area in my basement that is just all for me and my reselling. And when we first moved in, I had like 1.5 rows of shelving units with totes on them, and that was what, 5 years ago. Well, in December will be 5 years. And since then, I am now 3 full rows, and then like another like half a row, like 3.5 rows now of stuff, of totes full of stuff, which is just enormous. It's just enormous. And I have so much stuff that I need to still list. And my mom has been wanting me to list some of her stuff, which I had done previously, but I said to her, I don't have space. I'm really running out of space right now for listed inventory and non-listed. Like I said, I've moved into, my husband came down to me yesterday and goes, you really need to move that stuff from in front of the wood stove, or we have like a wood furnace. He goes, you need to move that from in front of the wood furnace and the where we stack the wood inside. And I'm like, I know. It's September, it's already cool. I was honestly thinking about putting on the we have a gas fireplace, and I almost was gonna put on the fireplace yesterday because it was so cool in the house. And I ended up putting some of the stuff in front of that because I'm overflowing out of my area. I'm overflowing in front of his area. I'm taking over his space, and I already have half of the basement. So the fact that now I'm moving over to more than half of the basement is a concern. So my plan going forward is to keep doing WhatNot. I think it's just a good way to move stuff. Once I get through all my totes, then I'm probably going to do WhatNot every Tuesday and Thursday. And then once I get through all my totes, I think I'm gonna just start whatever is not currently listed, which is, I'm working on right now. Like yesterday I took 315 pictures, and I was listing last night, and I listed some stuff this morning. I'm going to probably just start taking boxes and throwing them on WhatNot, just to kind of move stuff. And I don't know, I just feel like I need to get control of my inventory right now. It is really out of control. But you know, when I look over at my death pile, I feel like some of it is not just, oh, hold on, I forgot there's a new traffic pattern here. Now I gotta change back over here. All right, so some of it is not my death pile. Some of it is empty boxes. I've got so many boxes. So my in-laws moved into their place earlier this year, and I told him to save all of his moving boxes that were still in good condition so I could use them to send stuff to Amazon. But I have been sending nothing to Amazon. I'm really just trying to decide what I want to do with Amazon, right? Because I'm still incurring expenses like Keepa, Inventory Lab, which for those who have Inventory Lab, if you don't know, hopefully you do, the price is going up this month. Actually, it may have gone up today. I think it was September 20th. I use Inventory Lab for all of my, oh, now I know why. Hold on. I just realized my husband had it on defrost. I'm like, why is it feeling so cool? Even though I turned this down, I'm feeling cool. I gotta touch my temperature here. 64 in here now. So Inventory Lab is what I use for all of my accounting. I input everything manually into Inventory Lab, which I gotta admit, I have done no accounting this year. My Amazon, so I majorly use it because Amazon is, it was just nice because everything would transfer over into it. I liked how I could do my cost of goods for Amazon in it. It just made it easier when I was selling a lot on Amazon. Well, my sales are down 90% on Amazon right now. So that's a huge, huge difference than what I've normally have done. And I just really feel like at this point it's probably easier, or not, maybe not easier, but more cost effective for me just to print the reports from Amazon and figure out my own stuff. So I need to make a decision. What am I going to do with Amazon? Because if I'm going to stick with Amazon, and which I'll probably still stick with, but am I going to stick with it at the volume to make it worth keeping Inventory Lab? Or do I just want to get rid of Inventory Lab and do my accounting separately on, join one of those other ones like, what's that big one? I know they did away with GoDaddy. QuickBooks. Maybe I'll just do QuickBooks. So I'm kind of thinking maybe that's what I want to do. If I'm going to be paying, because right now I'm paying $49 a month for Inventory Lab. I don't know why I never signed up for the year plan. I always did the month by month. It's really stupid of me for the last 4 years paying month to month. But anyway, for $49 a month, and it's going to go up to like 60 something. I don't know how much QuickBooks is, but in the long run, that might be a lot better for me. So I really got to take the time to sit down and look at QuickBooks, figure out what I want to do. It's just been in the back of my mind for the last month because I am seriously overwhelmed with the stuff that I've been doing, with just outside of reselling, juggling eBay and WhatNot, and Mom and I are back doing into crafts and planning RV trips. We're planning a huge trip for next year, and planning this last one was Hershey. And it seems like whenever we go on trips with other people, I feel like I'm kind of like the leader. And I'm always, maybe it's just my personality of being a leader, but sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to make the decision. Somebody else say, where do you want to go to dinner? I don't care. No, you tell me, where are we going to go? I don't want to be the one. So, I had a great trip though. Had a really good trip. Went with my brother and his wife and 2 friends to the Hershey show. And we went 2 days. We went Thursday and Friday. We drove down Wednesday. We went Thursday and Friday, and we ended up going to, walked in every Class C they had on Thursday. Overwhelmingly walked. What's really funny, so I have a Apple Watch, and I have these health goals, and my daughter and I have, like we share, like we're friends within the health app or whatever. And she sends me a text like halfway through the day. She's like, what are you doing today? I see that you're extremely active and you've already beaten your goal for the day. I had to laugh. I'm like, yeah, we're at the RV show and we're doing a lot of walking, a lot of stairs, even though it's only 4 or 5 steps into them, a lot of up and down. My left knee has been really bothering me lately, and by the end of the day, my husband and I were both just completely beat, so tired. I think I was ready for bed at like 8 o'clock. And the people we were sharing a room with, they're night owls. They don't like to go to sleep until like 11 to 12, and we're like 8 o'clock. All right, we're ready for bed. I'd rather go to bed at 9 and get up at 4 or 5 than stay up late. But all right, so I've been dealing with a lot of stuff, so I feel like my brain is just not really with it lately. And I did do a list yesterday morning. I sat down and I said, all right, I really need to do a to-do list. I haven't been 100% on track with my planner and putting stuff in for the last month, and I feel like it's really kind of gotten me scatterbrained. So I needed to put myself back into check with what I needed to do with that. So I actually have already knocked off a few things from my list, which is really great. And just getting back into the office and spending the whole day there yesterday was actually really good. It was really motivating. And when my husband's like, okay, we got to do WhatNot tomorrow, and I'm like, oh, I just want to spend the day in my office. I just want to keep working on what I'm working on, because it's just feeling really nice getting everything cleaned up and taking pictures and getting stuff listed and all that, which I still got a ton of stuff to list. All right, well, I am here at my spot to pick up Tony, which he'll be coming in here in a second. Now it's warm in here. Jeez. I feel like I can't make myself happy today. All right, so I will talk to you guys later. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. Hopefully, maybe I'll get this listed before my WhatNot. So if you're able to make my WhatNot today, 1 o'clock Eastern time, come to the show. I would love to have you there, even if you're just there to check out and see what WhatNot is. My store name on WhatNot is Yellow Fox. There should be a link down below with an invite. If you're new as a buyer, you get $10 off your first order. And if you decide you want to be a seller, there's a link down below for that too. And I get $200, which I would so appreciate that. Nobody's used that link yet. And I think I've got 4 people who've used the link as an invite, but you have to buy something with that $10 before I'll get $10. So I got 4 pending sitting there. But anyway, I'm not doing it for me to make the money from you. So it's just for you to check out another platform. It's good for sourcing. It's good for your own buying and possibly selling and clearing out old inventory. So, all right, Tony's coming to the door. See you later. Bye.